Yogis, my peeps, my fellow, my fellow human beings. It has been a long, long day, but I want to give you some philosophy. Avidya, avidya. It's a word out of the Yoga Sutras. It's a Sanskrit word, and it literally means incorrect comprehension, a misunderstanding, false perception. It is actually used to describe two ends of the spectrum, two ends of that like perception spectrum. So let me tell you that it is manifesting. It manifests in us daily, on a daily basis, at all times, pretty much. And it is more noticed in the absence of it. So it's really hard to notice when there's a false perception or some type of incorrect comprehension happening with us. So it's easier for us to identify and understand the characteristics of it through the branches. We say that there's 4 branches that are always manifesting. And guess what? I'm going to give them to you tonight. Okay, ready? 1, ego. 2, making demands. 3, rejection of things. And 4 is fear. I'm going to say them again, so get a piece of paper and a pen. Ego, making demands, rejection of things, and fear. These are constantly manifesting in the world, in this human experience, in this human drama, in the movie, in the 90,000 thoughts. This is happening. So there's a lot of times, okay, so maybe there might be a time that it's not happening, but the majority of the time, there's an incorrect comprehension happening. There could be a false perception or a misunderstanding because of one of these 4 branches or because of all 4 at one time. So, ego, we all know what that is, right? That's the I statement, the I am right, I am better than somebody else. There is the rejection of things. I think that we know what that is. But sometimes we can reject things that are good for us, or maybe because we do not have a clear understanding of what that thing is, so we reject it, or we reject it based on a past experience. Making demands, we know what that is, but let me give it to you on a simple, I guess what I want to say, kind of like on a simple level here. So, I always use the example of chocolate chip cookies. I love cookies. I'm a cookie monster. So much my husband hides the cookies in the house for me. So I have a chocolate chip cookie. Oh my God, I'm enjoying the experience. I love the chocolate. I love the chocolate chip cookie. So, then, the day goes by, I come home from work and it's late at night and then I go get the cookie. Do I need the cookie? Maybe not at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. But I want the cookie because the cookie was good in the morning. And I go and I eat 5 cookies. So do I need 1? No, but then I have 5 more. So that's a making of a demand, okay? And that's like on a basic level. I mean, there's bigger making of demands happening. And then we have this fear. Okay, and fear is the one that is probably most obscure that we don't see that is happening on a daily basis. And it can be something so simple as, right, you fear, I'm not talking about we could fear something, but we could fear that we're not good enough. We could fear that, we're not going to rise to the level that we want to rise to in the job. We could fear of, let me just say fear of death. So it's late, so my mind's not working clearly. But fear can be this basic feeling that we have of just this fear of not being good enough, or maybe a fear of not being accepted, to this bigger fear, that fear of death or the fear of the unknown. These 4 are constantly manifesting, maybe 1 branch at a time, maybe all 4, or maybe 1 manifests and then creates the other branch to happen. So listen, you guys, I'm not making this shit up. I'm not making it up. It is from yogic, I shouldn't have said that. It is from yogic philosophy and yoga. I'm talking yoga meaning union. Okay, so let's take the asanas out of it for a second. Yogic philosophy, yogic sutras, yogic scriptures that are coming from the Indus Valley, and the Indus Valley is the first known civilization. And it's a civilization that is 7,000 years old. So this is stuff. That predates, let's just say, any other type of organized books that we have. But this is stuff that's old, at least 7,000 years, that has been passed down. So these branches are constantly happening, and it causes false perception. It can cause an incorrect comprehension. So, again, not a lecture, not any type of political post here or anything that's going on outside. But I think that there's a bigger virus being created. Is there a virus out there? Absolutely. But I feel like sometimes there's a bigger virus being created on social media due to these four branches. Just due to this false perception or this misunderstanding. Okay. And again, we'll get into perception another time, but I just wanted to say this to you all, just to have an awareness about it. Because listen, it happens to me on a daily basis. I have ego. You might not think I do, but I do. It's not as much as maybe or as big as it used to be, but I have ego. And there's some great yogis out there, some great yoga teachers through the years who have not been able to detach from ego. So we're human. We live in this human body, okay? We fall from grace, all right? So I have ego. I told you I already make demands with the chocolate chip cookie, among other things. Do I reject things? Absolutely. I reject a lot of stuff. I reject seafood. And then fear. Do we have fear? Absolutely. And I have fear too on a daily basis. But I have an awareness that these branches do manifest. So when I get caught up in a situation, or I'm feeling like a little tripped up, I look at them like, all right, what branch is manifesting? Or maybe even in a work situation, sometimes I react too fast and then I'm like, oh, I don't think that was right. Like either I took that text or email wrong, or I made a demand, or I was rejecting something, or ego was kicking in, or there was a fear happening. So I have an awareness that it happens. I am asking you all to have an awareness that this can happen, okay? There are absolute realities out there. There is also a superficial reality out there, opposite ends of that perception of that spectrum. And as yogis, we try to, reduce the film, reduce that avidya, right? We're trying to reduce that. We're trying to get rid of the chatter. We're trying to get rid of the freaking clouds, the cloudy clouds up here that trip us up. Get rid of the cloudy clouds so that we can proceed and make the right decision or have the correct understanding of a situation. We're trying to let go of like the cloudiness and then just have this clarity, have this clearer perception. So in yoga, we do that a lot of ways, and we do it with breath work. So I promise you there's going to be pranayama coming up here tomorrow. But for right now, again, let's just take a deep breath together. So oh my God, if the entire world would just take a big inhale and exhale together, we might be able to reduce a little bit of this avidya. We might be able to reduce a little bit of this cloudy perception that does happen. So take a big inhale right now. Just take a nice big breath. And as you inhale, I want you to let the belly expand. It should go out like a balloon. So let that belly fill up and then let the chest rise. So inhale. And then as you exhale, slow and controlled exhalation, let the chest soften. Let the rib cage soften, and then let the belly soften. Let's do that one more time because it felt so great. Take a big inhale, and then exhale. Nice. All right, I'm coming at you with breath tomorrow, I promise. Until then, keep it fresh. Be a seeker of truth. Be a seeker of clear perception, correct understanding, and peace out. All right, bye.